Hello, I'm Jim, and welcome to Rallying in America, the Recce podcast. This podcast is an exploration of a rich history, the stories and memories of those who made and make Rallying in America so great. Enjoy the show. On this episode, we welcome Chris Sladek of the Honda of America Rally Team and the driver of the Passport. Chris talks about how the Honda Rally Team works and the return to ARA competition and the Southern Ohio Forest Rally. Well, thanks for being on the podcast. Really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
So, you work for Honda America, and you're part of the Honda of America race team, HART for short. How long have you been involved with HART?
I've been involved with HART since 2018. That was a couple years after I started at Honda. Actually, back then it was more commonly known as the HPD Maxxis Rally Team or the THR race team.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few years ago, coming out of COVID, there was kind of a big push to unite all the factory Honda race teams led by the employees under the HART umbrella.
Okay.
But yeah, about 2018.
So under that HART umbrella, along with Rally, what other teams are there?
Pretty much a team for almost any discipline that you could think of. There's of course, the rally team. There's a couple different there's a one umbrella of road race teams, and within there they do a couple different series with like SRO, Grid Life, and then at the higher level there's our IMSA car with the TCR Civic.
Okay.
There's also a couple smaller niche disciplines like there's a drift team, there's a kart team, there's a motorcycle team. We had the Pikes Peak team, which is kind of morphing into just an all-around hill climb team.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then a couple specialized offshoots as things come up. Like last year, you might have seen we had our newer Passport built into a Baja kind of esque truck to run in the mid
very
race.
Cool.
So yeah, that was definitely cool to pair that around the release of the new refresh of the Passport.
Yeah, very cool. So how does the rally team work? Now, it's not a full-blown Honda-sponsored team, correct?
So the HART teams and the rally team are, you could consider them full-blown Honda teams, mainly for the fact that it's made up of all Honda employees.
Mm-hmm.
We, the Honda employees, put in our time outside of work, off the clock, to build the cars, maintain the cars, take the cars to the events and race them there. And in return, we get to learn new things, and Honda helps us out with mostly resources, but also some budget and some connections that help facilitate the various things that everybody wants to do.
Okay. And I'm sure you give them feedback as well. After a rally, do you give them any feedback on the vehicles?
Yeah, so we don't work too closely with like direct development work.
Okay.
But we do get to build that sort of network internally of Honda as different challenges come up. Building cars, especially new cars, comes with its own set of challenges, and it provides a good opportunity to network within Honda. But we also provide race reports to Honda, and usually the drivers or some of the team members, it's about bi-weekly. There's a manager meeting within Honda,
Mm-hmm.
where they go and present sort of a race recap summary, sort of a one pager that shows everybody what we're doing and provides sort of a constant stream of as new people come into Honda, they can learn that HART exists and it's something that anyone can join and do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very cool. So, uh, the Heart team, your first rally back in the within the ARA schedule this year is going to be the Southern Ohio Forest Rally, and you're going to be the
Yep,
driver for the Passport.
yep,
And
yep.
your
We are bringing the Passport back, fan favorite, and
oh yeah,
one of my favorites. I love driving it, so should be a good time for sure.
yeah, I really enjoyed seeing the SDPR a couple years ago. It was fun to see the Passport.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's a super challenging event, just in general, but doubly so in the Passport that's about as wide as the stages are.
Right. And your co-driver is Charlie Disco. Uh,
That's correct. Yep.
yeah, tell us a little bit about Charlie.
So Charlie's been at Honda for a couple years now.
Mm-hmm.
We actually got him hooked early while he was on one of his co-op rotations.
Okay.
So while he was still in school, he also helped with a couple events, and sort of got the rally bug. And as soon as he started Honda, he was on the team, and he's put in the legwork and worked on the cars and helped with the team enough that we like to try and continue to progress people.
Mm-hmm.
And co-driving is one of the big steps that we like to get people in that teaches them a lot. And so he's well on his way to getting trained up and hopefully becoming a strong co-driver.
Excellent. So at Southern Ohio, you or Hart has two other cars that have entered: Honda Civic and Acura Integra.
Yep.
So those should be fun to watch as well.
Yeah, we have Gabe in our Integra,
Mm-hmm.
and then Wesson is driving the Civic. Uh, with Wesson's training up a new co-driver, Timothy, and then riding shotgun with Gabe is Cole Clements, who's done a few events so
Mm-hmm.
far, both few events with me as well as he's branched out a little bit to do some I guess independent co-driving as well. He's really got the bug since we got him hooked as
Oh,
well.
good.
And then yeah, Gabe's he drove the passport or sorry, the Integra this year at 100 Acre Woods for the first time. He's done a couple of events in both the Civic and the Passport in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's actually been on the team since his first event was co-driving for me my first year, or sorry, second year out at New England, where we
Okay.
had a pretty good time out there, and also got him hooked. So
Excellent. So it's really nice to see another manufacturer come into the ARA. Because a lot of people, obviously, Subaru. You hear about Subaru a lot being there, but it's really nice to see Honda and another manufacturer come in and participate. So I'm excited about it, and I'm sure a lot of other
yeah,
people are excited about it as well.
yeah, we are too. We know that Subaru definitely has the flagship cars out there running the high dollar big suspension and power and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we do enjoy being one of the other manufacturers out there. And despite what most people might think, by our hopefully halfway decent appearance, we are more of a grassroots team than we are a factory team.
Mm-hmm.
We do have some additional resources for sure,
Right.
but at the end of the day, it's it's still us putting in the time. It's still us making the tows and fixing the cars and uh, doing all the groundwork. So it's challenging, but we're excited to be here and be part of the series. It's grown a lot even since I've joined the sport,
Mm-hmm.
and I know it's we've had a pretty long history. I think the team is actually three decades old.
Oh wow, okay, I
So
didn't realize that.
yeah, it goes pretty far back. It's kind of hard to trace with some of the name changes and stuff like that, but yeah, there's been a pretty long legacy of Honda employees doing rally.
Right, and going back to the grassroots thing, you're it probably feels good to be vested into the vehicle rather than just being, a driver, co-driver for a manufacturer. So
Oh,
that's
sure.
that's kind of
Yeah.
neat. You're vested into it. You've put a lot of time and effort into it, and a lot of your spare time. So I imagine, like this year, how much of your spare time have you put in to the passport and getting ready for?
Ooh. It's hard to count. The passport has been, as most people know, it's been dormant for a little while now.
Mm-hmm.
So it did take and has taken a decent amount of work to update and refresh and safety check everything and make sure that's all good. But kind of like I said earlier, I think everybody loves that car, and
Oh yeah, I
we
do.
especially love it, both from the 2022 season, but also the what makes that car special is that was one of the cars developed at R&D in America.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I was on the suspension and tire for that project, and did the development on the road going version of that, and
Oh,
to be able
fantastic.
to essentially turn around and develop it into a rally car during 2022, and especially to bring it back now has been that's always fun bringing something so close to home.
Right. So what class is the passport?
Passport is in the limited four-wheel drive class.
Limited four wheel drive. Okay, very cool. So your crew is also, I'm assuming, made up of Honda employees.
Yep. Yeah, we have same thing. Whoever puts in the shop hours and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
is able to attend the events and learn how to crew, and that's sort of one of the early stepping stones of going from shop work to crewing the event, learning the ropes at the event, and then eventually moving in towards the co-driver seat, and continuing that progression through once you're sort of on a high level there or high understanding of the team and
Mm-hmm.
the dynamics and the events. That's when you start being considered to be a driver as well.
Okay, very very cool. Sounds like a fun program. How did you? Well, let's go way back and tell us about your first car and progress into how you got into rally.
So first rally car.
Sure.
So my first rally car, I hadn't really done anything outside of video games with rally until I came to Honda. Had
Okay.
done some autocross here and there and a few track days and stuff, but once I caught the rally bug, I actually had sort of an opportunity fall in my lap in 2018 where uh, there was a shortage of people and not enough people to go to an event. And what started as me potentially crewing for the event ended up with me in the driver's seat
Okay.
in our trusty Honda Fit.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Okay.
and that was back in the Rally America days with our trusty B spec Fit,
Mm-hmm.
which was just a great all around learner car. One of the best cars I think to start with because it's a momentum car. That car that or that year that I drove it, it was even still a CVT. Um, and we went to 100 Acre Wood, and
Mm-hmm.
Jay Sharps, who's been a veteran co-driver on the team for longer than I've been on the team, was riding shotgun for me, and we had a blast and ended up winning our class for that event.
Oh,
And
great.
next thing I know, I was running the fit for the rest of the season.
Oh, very cool.
Um,
We'll be right back. Power up your ride. Daily driver, bike, or track beast with Melee Design Firm. Since 2018, Melee has been the go-to source for high-performance battery mounts and power solutions trusted by enthusiasts and professionals alike. Whether you're carving corners on the weekend, commuting to work, or chasing podiums, they have the gear to keep you powered and ready. Their lightweight universal battery mounts are engineered for performance, crafted with precision, and designed to handle whatever you throw their way. They don't just make and sell parts, they build confidence under the hood. Rugged, industrial, functional. That's the Melee difference. Join thousands of satisfied drivers who refuse to settle for stock. Upgrade your battery game today. Now back to the show.
Finished out the season in Rally America and B-Spec, and were able to win that class. And then it transitioned. That was the last year of Rally America, when everything sort of fizzled away from there and got absorbed or revamped or restarted into ARA. And then 2019, I did a couple of events in our K-Swap CRZ,
Oh, okay.
and as well as the debut event for when we first built the Passport, which was also Southern Ohio. So we did one event there, and then I think I did two other events in the K-Swap CRZ. And after that, there was gap from COVID years, and then came back at the end of 21 to LSPR. Myself and Gabe, who's driving the Integra for Southern Ohio, he was co-driving for me then. And then the following year was kind of the kickoff of our full season in the Passport for 2022.
Okay, yeah, and that's where I saw you guys at STPR. I think that was the last time it was a national event.
Yep, sure was.
So, what other rallies are on your schedule for this year with the Passport?
It's kind of in flux right now. We've got right now is the big push for Southern Ohio. We've kicked around a couple other ideas. We always love LSPR. Unsure how many or which cars will be going up there. And then the other one that I know for sure that at least somewhere on the team, one of the cars or more will be, we're going to go back down to Boone. We did that rally last year and had a really good time. So with it being so close, it's a great one to try and hit.
Yeah, I'm trying to make that one. I hope I can get out to Boone this year. I've never been, and it sounds like a lot of fun. Is it just the Passport, or are you going to do all three cars at LSPR? You think it may be Boone?
Hard to say. I would say at minimum one car each for both of those. Two cars probably for LSPR, although again, not really sure which ones yet. And then I think the rest will probably be dictated with how budget's looking and how clean we can run at Southern Ohio, and a couple extra factors there. But yeah, it's hard to say right now because there's no firm plans. But like I said, we try and send as many cars to each event that we can without stretching our budget too thin.
Yeah, and you're being that it's on your own time, it's coordinating vacation time, I would imagine, right? To go and do this.
Yeah, it's always a delicate balance between work life,
Mm-hmm.
personal life, and rally time. So yeah, trying to get that plus multiple drivers and co-drivers, and um, also got to make sure that people have the time to properly prep for the event. We don't like to shortcut any of our prep.
Oh, there.
Uh,
Yep.
that's our safety is the highest priority. So we
Mm-hmm.
really do try and make sure that people aren't, overworked and stressed out when they're trying to get everything prepped so they can go through all the steps they need to make sure you have a good event.
Right, and stay focused.
Yep.
And I'm assuming you're not all in the same division because then if everybody goes off to a rally, then your office is empty, right?
Right. Yeah, we honestly, the Heart team is made up of people all over the place.
Excellent.
It's, we have all the way from the line workers to, senior management, like
Mm-hmm.
it's all the way through our R&D facility. We have people in, I'm in tire group. We have chassis designers, body designers,
Okay.
quality engineers, line maintenance workers, all over the place. Because the team, and especially rally with being such a team sport, if anybody shows any inkling of interest, we're trying to take them in, take them under our wing, and
Mm-hmm.
show them the ropes, and see if we can get the rally hooks in them, get them hooked, and
Right.
give them the rally bug. So
Which is pretty easy, I think.
I think so
Rally is
too.
so much fun. As a
Yeah.
spectator, it's so much fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's usually if we can get people to go to an event, or especially if we can get them in the co-driver's seat,
Mm-hmm.
they're hooked on it.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to do anything else. They're all rally all the time.
Yeah. So your folks that are on the teams aren't obviously probably from the Honda in South Carolina, but what other states are there folks from, and where else is
So
Honda throughout the U.S.?
yeah, so for the Heart team specifically, another big branch is down in Alabama.
Okay.
Uh, they've run, some people have seen, I'm sure their race van, their Odyssey that they've run for a few years. They also have, I believe, a
Cool.
Civic in, oh, I want to say SRO. Um,
Uh huh.
and then more recently, there's been a team gathering some steam over at the Indiana plant.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Cool.
and then um, there's also some crossover with, it's a little complicated to explain between American Honda and Honda development and
Mm-hmm.
manufacturing, but there's some teams out west in our Torrance facility and also up in Canada that sometimes will pair up with Hart and do some events. But we've even had some people from our power sports division
Mm-hmm.
down in Georgia have been a part of the like Pikes Peak team and come out to a rally or two as well. So um, we're always in a spot where we will not say no to extra hands.
Right.
Uh,
Okay. So
so
yeah, there are
like I said,
plenty of
if anyone's
resources then.
interested,
Yeah.
yeah, yep,
So,
for
so
sure.
when you went to college, what did you study specifically?
So I graduated with a degree in industrial engineering.
Okay.
Um, so probably a little bit more factory focused. I sort of took a roundabout way to get where I'm at now,
Mm-hmm.
where I got a job testing actually at a seat supplier to Honda when I first graduated,
Oh,
and
okay.
then made the jump over to Honda and actually started in where I basically still am. Started doing suspension work and testing, tuning, and have been there since 2016.
Okay. So with the tire development, this is something that kind of intrigues me. So are you looking at all the different manufacturers that provide tires for when the cars roll out, on the assembly line? How does that work? I'm just curious.
Yeah, so usually it's kind of a back and forth process between some of the manufacturers who
Mm-hmm.
will show interest in, the tire that we are looking for. And usually there's some sort of round of some initial screening where manufacturers will work with us sort of to get in the ballpark of
Mm-hmm.
a potential tire that could be applied to a project. And once we do that initial screening, we work with both the manufacturers and purchasing again to figure out what's the best fit for the project and
Okay.
what the project team is looking for. And then once the manufacturer's decided, then we work a lot closer with them. And that's when we move into like our actual prototype and developing those tires, which is what I've learned in the past couple
Mm-hmm.
years, at least, is pretty challenging because tire is one of the first things that actually has to be developed because
Oh,
it's
okay.
your contact patch between the road and the car. So
Right.
it's sort of one of the basic building blocks of the car. Um, so it's unique. It always keeps me on my toes.
I bet.
But
Yeah.
one thing I love about it is the tire technology is changing so fast that there is always something new to learn. And I think that's
Right.
what keeps me engaged and keeps everything interesting is that, there's so many bits and pieces of a tire that most people don't even consider past, round and black
Right.
and
Oh, yeah,
made of
definitely.
rubber, right?
Yeah.
And then you learn that, there's 100 different things in a tire that can change, how something rolls or grips or, the fuel economy of the car and the aerodynamics and all this other stuff. So it's, uh, it's, it's really cool. There's a lot of unique challenges that I always get to
Mm-hmm.
work on and, yeah, it keeps everything fresh.
Now, is it a challenge to find rally tires for the Passport?
It's not too bad actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think for a minute there, at least for the cars, there was sort of a scarcity of actual gravel rally tire manufacturers.
Oh, really?
Um,
Okay.
but uh, with the Passport, it's nice because we actually run. We started on some mud terrain tires, which is road going. Anybody can buy. We
Mm-hmm.
had some good success with that, and we, as we went through the Passport season, we were working with Maxis at the time. I worked with them to try a few different sizes and a few different constructions. We realized we probably didn't need I think they were like 50 pounds a piece just for the tire
Wow.
for the LT spec mud
Mm-hmm.
terrain. So we stepped down, saved us some weight there, and increased a little bit of speed and handling and stuff. So it's actually nice having the variety that the Passport has because if it's a 17-inch tire, it can fit on the wheels that we got.
Right. Okay.
Uh, but I think my favorite thing about the majority of the Passport tires is
Yeah.
we we might rotate the tires once during an event, just front to rear,
Oh,
and
okay.
otherwise we can run one set of tires the entire time.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, where gravel tires, if you're running, especially on a super abrasive event, it can be you're changing fronts at every service, or
Mm-hmm.
fronts and rears in a worst case. And so yeah, that adds up. You go through 12, 16 tires in an event versus the Passport is you might use up four,
Oh,
or
wow.
you might be able to use them for the next event.
Nice. So, what
Yeah.
kind of power? What's the engine like in the Passport?
It's all stock, other than obviously cutting the mufflers off. to make it a little bit more exciting for the
Yeah.
spectators. Everything else on the Passport is stock. It's the stock J35
Okay.
V6 with the stock 9-speed automatic transmission
Mm-hmm.
and the four-wheel drive system that the iVTM system, which is really cool. It torque vectors and provides a lot of really good handling response and something that shouldn't be as nimble as you would think, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's a good time for sure.
How much horsepower does it have?
It is, I think stock was rated for 280 at the
Okay.
crank. So
Nice.
um, maybe with a little bit straighter exhaust and uh, well, yeah, probably just a straighter exhaust might pick up a little bit of power, but it's pretty much all bone stock.
Excellent. Um, well, I wish you the best at Southern Ohio Force Rally. It's coming up in just 2 weeks, correct?
Yep, coming up fast.
Yeah, it is. It'll be here before you know it. So I'll be excited to. I won't be there, but I'll be excited to follow you guys on Sneak Attack, and maybe they'll do some live feeds like they did for Oregon Trail, but we'll see. So it should be a lot of
I
fun.
hope so. They've been making a pretty good push for media, so yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah. Well, great. And thank you again for taking your time and coming on
Yeah,
and
certainly.
chatting Honda. And I'm really excited. It should be a lot of fun to see how it goes for you guys this year. And I
Yeah, we're
might even,
excited and
yeah,
uh, sorry, yeah, we're excited and yeah, thank you again for having me on. Always happy to talk about it. And again, thanks for the invite. I know we had some storm challenges to
yeah,
get everything sorted, but I'm glad we could get this knocked out and have a chat, especially before the event started. So
yeah. So yeah, I'll edit this and hopefully we can get it up before Southern Ohio. I think I can. Shouldn't be a problem. And yeah, again, best of luck in Ohio, and we'll catch up with you at the end of the season. See how things went.
yeah, thanks so much. And I think I mentioned on a phone call, thanks again for doing this. I think more eyes and ears on rally, especially in America, is a good thing. There's a lot of low level grassroots
Mm-hmm.
movement, and I think every event we go to, there's more spectators, and so I think getting the word out and trying to get more people out there uh, is definitely a good thing, but it's no easy task either. So thank
No.
you for putting on this podcast and
Oh, you're
getting
welcome.
spreading good word.
All right. Thanks. I really appreciate it. All right. Take
Thanks,
care,
Jim. You have a
Chris.
good night.
Cheers. If you'd like to be on the podcast, you can email me, jim@jimboothdesigns.com, or message me through Facebook at Rallying in America, the Recce Podcast, or Instagram, rallying_in_America. Special thanks to Brady Instruments, pro-grade, handmade, professional fuel hydrometers. Visit bradyinstruments.com for all of your fuel testing needs. Thanks to Toontank and the artist Nuclear Wave for the podcast theme music.